Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Far Lands or Bust. Woof, woof indeed, Wolfie. Here we are, continuing on in episode 411 of the series. An important number indeed, and it is important for us to secure the hidey hole. Grab Wolfie and continue, yes, I know, continue west for the 400th consecutive episode in which we have been traveling west here in Far Lands or Bust. That is because it was episode 11 of the series of what was then titled Minecraft Adventures. Or Adventures in Minecraft? No, Minecraft Adventures. In episode 11, we said, you know what? Notch just wrote a blog post about this place called the Far Lands that is far, far away. Certainly within walking distance, but it's so far away, he said he's not even going to bother trying to fix the glitches and the terrain deformations at the Far Lands, because nobody in their right mind would ever encounter them during normal gameplay, and I said, haha, a challenge this is. I doth declare and accept such challenge as this. And we set off from our spawn area where we had a nice little log cabin. Oh, we had a nice little log cabin. Ignore the sound in the background. And we departed. We decided, you know what, let's go west for reasons unknown, because that's where the sun sets. It's easy to follow. It's also, historically speaking, where most great explorers have set off on a path of discovery and exploration, and like I said, we've been doing that ever since episode 11. Episode 11 was on March 28th, 2011. That is, and this is like crazy how these sort of dates line up, but that is 3 years, 6 months, and 1 day ago. Just 1 day off. If I had recorded this on the 28th, it is, by the way, Monday, September 29th, 2014, but if I had recorded this yesterday, it would have been on the day 3.5 years. So that's kind of crazy, huh? It's a little bit crazy. Some craziness involved in that, eh? A little bit, just kind of crazy, right, Wolfie? Yeah, totally. And yeah, so that's incredible. Episode 411 here again. Just like episode 311, I don't really have anything special planned. Although, what does Minecraft have in store for us? Could it be? Oh, that would be absolutely insane. Wolfie, have a seat. It was episode 311, where we really didn't have anything special planned. And Minecraft bestowed upon us the golden apple, the rarest of rare items that you could find here in Minecraft Beta 1.7.3. Only findable in a spawner. And I found a spider spawner, and there are indeed 2 chests. Can I get a drum roll, please? No. just some buckets and wheat. And some cocoa beans. Oh, maybe I can make those cookies I talked about making before. And let's take the bucket. Don't you need milk for cookies or no? Oh, well, take the iron and cocoa beans. I've got plenty of wheat. Oh, we could have some fireworks today. All right, I'm beginning to become over encumbered here. Very, very interesting indeed. So not yet. We still have 3 Minecraft days to find yet another golden apple. that was pretty crazy. Stop it, Minecraft. Stop listening to what I'm saying and providing some strange happenstances. So how do you make cookies? It's with sugar too, is it not? Or is it just wheat and cocoa? No, I think sugar is involved somewhere. I don't think... Yeah, I don't... I'm just gonna leave that bucket. Leave the bucket! Leave the gun, take the cannolis. Where's my boat? There we go. Yeah, I don't think milk is involved. That's for cake. But yeah, I'm pretty sure sugar, so we'll have to find some reeds eventually. But yeah, so that's kind of a crazy little milestone. And for a little bit of an update, I suppose, if you can look at over 400 episodes, just in walking in straight lines here, our world size, the world save, is 14,360 megabytes large. That is a large world for simply traveling in one direction. And soon, very soon, I am in the works and in the talks in order to get the overviewer map updated at farlandsorbust.com. I realize that is long overdue, but it is no simple task. People also were wondering and pestering Good to update the Mindcrack website with the Mindcrack overviewer map. Those things are just not as easy to create as one may assume, especially for such a large area. I mean, perhaps making the tiny little Minecraft world that you play on single player and don't stray beyond 200 blocks from spawn would be all right, but they're not too easy to make, and also just not too easy to host on the interwebs. Ooh, that's interesting. Is that just a thing? That is just a thing. Very interesting indeed. So yes, we are continuing on here, episode 411, and also we're continuing to raise money for Child's Play charity, another very important number. Over at farlandsorbust.com, we're up to $12,720 raised this season, season 5. Of course, technically speaking, episode 11 was in season 1, and then when we actually started calling it Farlands or Bust is when we started raising money for Child's Play charity. That was technically the start of season 2, although the whole season's setup has kind of lost a little bit of significance since YouTube has gotten rid of the shows feature. It used to be a show on YouTube, which was just kind of a fancy branded playlist, but they've since gotten rid of those, so the Farlands or Bust show no longer exists, although if you search for it, it still shows up in the search results. And then when you click on it, it says not available. So thanks, YouTube. That really helps with the, I'm sure if somebody searches Farlands or Bust and they click on that only to find that it doesn't exist anymore, they'll be like, oh, I guess that guy just gave up. And then that's how I lose viewers and subscribers. Thanks, YouTube. Thanks a lot. But anyway, yeah, we're continuing on here. And I posted up on Twitter earlier today a link to the Farlands or Bust flashback. I've got to start doing those again. Those are fun. The Farlands or Bust flashback that goes back to the original... The beginning, it's called, the original moment that I decide to go to the far lands and set off on the adventurer. And yeah, those are tough to watch, those early episodes when I was recording on a headset. I was recording on a Razer Carcharias, whatever it was called, headset with a really gross sounding microphone that's practically in my mouth, and you can like hear people were commenting the lip smacking. I would do that often when I'm like trying to think of something to say. And I apologize for everybody who had to endure those first 100 or so episodes where that was a thing. Of course, now I notice when I listen to my own videos that I have certain tics and like that. No, I shouldn't point them out because then you're just going to notice them. Blah, blah, blah. But we're continuing on, and we're not dwelling on the past. We are looking forward to the future of Farlands or Bust here, and I'm really excited about it. I am really excited about it indeed. I have a little bit of space news, some up-and-coming things for you guys to look forward to. You know, I mentioned the NASA socials a lot. There's another NASA social for you guys to sign up for if you are interested for another launch. Not particularly in a place where you would think, not Florida, not Kennedy Space Center. Ooh, not Kennedy Space Center, but over in Virginia at Wallops Flight Facility, Wallops Launch Facility, on the east coast of Virginia. There's a launch of the Orbital Sciences Antares rocket, which is the other commercial endeavor that is a resupply ship, the Cygnus spacecraft, I believe it's called, to the International Space Station. There is a launch that is happening on October 20th. The event is a 2-day NASA tweet up, NASA social, the 19th and 20th, and the deadline to register to sign up to be randomly chosen is October 2nd. So go to www.nasa.gov/social And you can click on the link for the Orbital Sciences NASA Social and register. It is, again, open to U.S. citizens only, I'm afraid, due to the fact that it's taking place at a government launch facility, and you get behind-the-scenes tours, and, of course, you get the up-close launch view of the Antares rocket, so check that out. Again, this is not one that I'm personally signing up for. Oops, not one I'm personally signing up for, but I do encourage, certainly if you're on the East Coast and you might find your way there, that it is an experience to be had that will not be missed. That will not be missed, not to be missed, and not to be forgotten if you are so chosen to go to those things. So very cool stuff. Let's go to sleep and continue with episode 411 in the morning. And awakeness. And whoa, I saw that coming a mile away. Well, perhaps 4 blocks away is where I saw that coming from, but continuing on. Also happening around that same time frame next month, October 23rd. Keep your eyes to the skies, particularly in North America at sunset. There is a partial solar eclipse. Perhaps not as dramatic or as amazing, I suppose you could say, as a total solar eclipse, but a partial. This is where the moon is going to pass in front of the sun, but instead of being perfectly centered, it's a little bit off-centered, so you're going to get more of a crescent sun view, like a cookie, somebody. Speaking of cookies, we're gonna make cookies today. Speaking of cookies, and there's some sugar cane. How convenient. It's gonna have like a bite taken out of the sun, which I saw last year. They generally come in pairs. Last year, I just glanced the very beginnings of it just at sunset here in Chicago in the western skies. I didn't think I'd be able to see anything. I'm like, it's going to be too low on the horizon, or I'm just going to miss it, or it's going to be cloudy as it normally is. And I said, you know what, that's probably not going to happen, but I just glanced at it. I had the solar eclipse glasses on me from the transit of Venus, and I'm like, holy heck, it's crazy. It is very dramatic still, and it is one of those things. Is this how does one do these things? No? Nothing? How do you make a cookie? How does one a cookie make? Does it gotta be like... Hold on, I gotta look this up now. Hold on, un momento, I gotta look at the recipe. I'm back, and I am a gigantic noob. We've been playing for over 3 years, 6 months, and 1 day, yet I still don't know how to craft a cookie. No sugar required. No sugar required. No sugar required, I said. There we go. There we go. No sugar. These are sugarless cookies, although they are not gluten-free. Oh, and they only come in stacks of 8. Well, Christmas. That is a marvelous thing indeed. Get out of here. I could probably make cake here while I'm at it as well, since I've got cows around me. Oh, good gravy. Have we ever had cookies? I don't know that we've ever had cookies, to be honest with you. Get out. Get out. You're not wanted. All right, let's continue on. We still gotta make progress. Plenty of time to mess around with cookies. Can I eat a cookie? I ate a cookie! I ate a cookie, everybody. We ate some cookies. I didn't need to eat those cookies. I think you can just eat them without really requiring any health. Mmm, cookies. But yeah, there's a... Check out the solar eclipse. I'll probably be mentioning it again and again and again. The East Coast is gonna miss out on this one as well. It's gonna favor a little bit of the central time zone, but mostly the mountain and West Coast, and absolutely, if you're in Hawaii, you'll be able to see the whole thing. But it happens at sunset, around sunset for the rest of us. The Festivus for the rest of us. So again, if you can, make sure you don't look at the sun. Look through a solar film. Like, not film either. Like, if you have solar eclipse glasses. Those are the way to go. So I'll certainly be attempting that once again, and hopefully it is a clear horizon, and we can check that out. It is still very rare occurrence, and still very dramatic. You really get that sense of, you know, for the most part, we are very much living in our immediate world, and you perhaps only get much depth of field within, you know, 50, 100 yards of yourself. And it's not until a sort of event like that happens that you start to get a global, not just a global, but a solar system, a universal, a galactic sense of perspective and space. At least I do. I don't know if everybody else has such depth perception, but when the moon passes in front of the sun, you start to really sense the scale of things, and it is still quite breathtaking indeed. Highly recommended indeed. Hello, Cloud. Nice to meet you. We are up here, are we not? Yes, we are. All right, let's take it easy. Can I feed Wolfie cookies? He's doing all right, actually. Actually, they have chocolate in them. That'd probably be a bad idea. I should maybe not be a dog owner after all. All right, indeed. So we had some Hey, snooze. We're all right. Wolfie might not be so much. Yep, he's making sure he travels to the tallest peak possible before jumping off. Yep. Ooh, it's a helicopter. All right, come on. Go down there, guy. There we go. Easy. Careful, Wolfie. No. All right, I guess we're going to find out here if we can feed Wolfie cookies. Oh, no. Oh, that actually hurt him. Did that hurt him? I think that hurt him. All right. No cookies for Wolfie. Yeah, I think that might have. Wow, is that actually a thing that happens? Hold on, I have to test this out. I'm sorry, Wolfie, you are... This is for science. All right, let's quickly now. Hey. All right. No, I don't think it does. I think his tail was already that kind of low. I'll eat the cookie. Cookie. I'm trying to think what the Cookie Monster sounds like, but I can't remember off the top of my head. My childhood! It is not... whoa! Surround sound. It is not easy to remember. Alright, so yeah, we had some awesome space news there, and we're continuing on. I did get a question in the last episode from Random Issionist. Hey Kurt, how do you manage to fill 30 minutes of silence by yourself? Do you prepare topics to discuss while recording, or do you improvise? All of the above. I have a notepad on my second monitor here where I copy and paste. It's mostly filled up with the questions from donors and patrons and things like that, but at the top I have episode 411. It is Monday, September 29th. As you remember, if I do have, or I accidentally forget to update the date, I will just go blindly by what my notes say. That has happened before, where I've given completely the wrong date. So I only listen to what my notes say, and so it's very important I pay attention and get the right date down. I put down how much we raised for Child's Play charity, and then I have any notes I have for space news or news or any milestone news. Like I have episode 11 was on March 28th. It's been 3 years, 6 months, 1 day. It's 14,360 megabytes world right now. And then I have like your question, and then I have a header, donor questions, all the donor questions, and then underneath that, just in plain text, and then I update before every episode. So yeah, I do have a specific, I guess, topics there, but I don't have answers. I don't have, I just really have bullet points, and I just expand upon those, which is why also sometimes I get my facts a little wrong, because I don't really write out the details. I feel like if I do, then too much it sounds as though it's scripted, and I'm glancing away from the video game too much to check my notes, and it just becomes less flowy. And certainly, like I said, if you do watch those early episodes, I'm a little bit not as okay at coming up with things to talk about, and there is a lot more dead space and dead air, I suppose is the word for it, and it's not quite as flowy. So it's certainly something that I'm still working on. By sure, I'm not any sort of expert at commentary. I couldn't be a talk radio guy, I don't think, but yeah, I think of the topics beforehand and I have them out, and most of it is just improvised, and the majority, 99.999% of these Farlands or Bust episodes are one take. No edits, I suppose, unless I need to look something up on the Minecraft wiki, like how to make cookies. No edits, one take. Careful, Wolfie. What was that? Where are you at? There you are. Have some of this stuff. Boop. Woof. And that's just the way it goes, and that's a lot of the way a lot of my episodes go in any video game, especially lately. I do appreciate the Nerd Cubed style of video making, the jump cuts. I know he says he was really inspired by Hannah Hart with My Drunk Kitchen, and he's like, I want to do the same thing but with gaming videos. And you know, where you do something, you have a joke, and then quick jump cut to the next moment in the game, and there's another joke or something happens. And I've done that a couple times. Like I mentioned in the last episode, it is very rewarding to get that running and get that actually working. Like with the Hunter episode was one of those, but it is a bit labor intensive. Not that I'm against doing work, but it's also I've just found myself perfecting the ability to just continue talking to the point where even if I had planned on doing a video that has jump cuts, jump to jump to jump, I'm still talking throughout the entire thing, so I would be cutting some important stuff out. So let's go to sleep, and we'll continue in the morning without cuts at all or anything. Woo! Ooh, still some brightness. And continuing to talk for 35 minutes straightness. Woof, indeed. Woof, indeed. So yeah, thanks for that question in the YouTube comments. The YouTube comments. Nedrios, a Child's Play charity donation, came in, and Nedrios asks, if you're willing to share, do you have what is the worst dentist or doctor experience you've ever had? Oh, do I have a story for you? And oh, have I been saving it for a little bit of a milestone here. Dentist experience. Here we go. This is a plethora of a dentist experience to have. When I was younger, I've never ever had a cavity or a filling of any kind in my entire life, legitimately. And that's where this story comes in. I have two sisters. For those of you who might not know, I am a middle child. Middle child syndrome. And we had a dentist who by the way, should have had some red flags with this dentist, because the dentist himself, and I'm pretty sure this is the truth because my sisters can corroborate this story, and it's not just some like warped childhood memory, but the dentist himself had teeth that were a certain shade of green, like this tree. His own teeth were green. And that should have been the first clue that this dentist is perhaps not one to bring your children to, dear parents. But we went to this dentist on multiple occasions, and very conveniently, all three of us had cavities during the same checkup. Cavities were discovered, which was extremely convenient for children who had never had cavities to suddenly have cavities all at the same time. AKA, perhaps he had some bills to pay. So, blah, 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 you know, they detect the cavities and make a separate appointment to do the cavity fillings or whatever. Ooh, that's I like that gently rolling hill over there. we make the appointment. My sisters and I are very much against the cavity filling situation with Dr. Greenteeth, and we are very much against this. And the day of the appointment, this is the part of the story that gets kind of funny. The day of the appointment, we lock ourselves in my bedroom, and we refuse to go. And we have, those interior, I'm not sure how this is across the world, but interior doors, for the most part, on houses in the United States, they're the kind of the cheap, they're made out of cardboard, basically. They're just kind of like a corrugated, they're not real wood, a corrugated door, and the locks have the simple little plunger lock that from the outside, if you have a pin or a paper clip, you can just unlock the door at the handle. But me and my sisters were very adamant against going to the dentist to get our fillings, so we barricaded ourselves in, we held the door, and that quite angered my mother, who was to take us to the dentist. And as I can imagine, careful, Waffy! Oh, that was a terrible tumble. As I can imagine, having kids and having like an appointment to get to, and the kids refusing such things as these can be quite the frustrating experience. We barricaded the door and we're held up. It was a lot like, obviously it didn't exist at the time, back in the early, well actually this might have been late 80s at that time, but a lot like the scene in Lord of the Rings, when they were barricaded up in the Mines of Moria or whatever it was called, and they have a cave troll. They have a cave troll, and they're barricaded against the door. I'm not saying my mom is a cave troll, but we were barricaded against, struggling to keep the door shut from my mother coming in, and she had had enough. And suddenly, out of nowhere, through the door, remember, it's not like actual wood, it's like a hollow, corrugated, strong, simulated wood, cardboard. Through the door comes my mother's foot! Blasts a gigantic hole through the bottom of the door. And we're like, okay, we'll come. Just don't continue with the breaking of the doors, and then eventually us, hopefully, maybe not. And yeah, that was when we conceded our position at holding the doors. So for the remainder of my entire childhood and growing up through my teenage years and even through college, I lived in my bedroom with a giant hole on the bottom of the door. I had to cover it up with a poster, some sort of Nirvana poster or something eventually. But yeah, there was a hole in the bottom of my door for the remainder of my childhood. But yeah, we eventually did indeed go to this dentist. And like I said, I've never had since or before then, never had a cavity or a filling. But this guy did not know what he was doing. For example, the horrors. This is the horror part of the story. We went through the comedy part. Mom kicks a hole in the door. Now we're going to the horror part. They have the anesthetic or whatever. This guy, I don't know what this guy was about, but with a needle, what are those things called? The syringe. You got to administer the anesthetic before you do the drilling or whatever. This guy could not. I would not trust this guy to park a car in a parking space properly without ending up somewhere else, like in the lawn, because I got poked about 4 times in my gums. Twice in my tongue. The guy stuck me in my tongue with a syringe, and Lord knows elsewhere. I'm pretty sure at this point the childhood traumatic memory blocking function came in, and many memories were repressed, and I just went to my happy place. But yeah, they had that whole rubber thing over my mouth, and my mouth pried open and clamped open, and I'm pretty sure I didn't even get a filling that day, because I have x-rays. Well, I'm sure these teeth fell out. These are like my kid, yeah, I don't know. These are like kid teeth. Do doctors, do dentists even bother filling cavities in baby teeth that are gonna fall out anyway? Because that's a question. Yeah, but I don't possess any fillings in my teeth to this day. I'm pretty sure that was just a guy, just a rip-off guy. Again, like I said, he had green teeth. The dentist had green teeth, and that was just a horrible experience. And for I don't remember too much about the actual dentist appointment experience after that, but the main part of that story was Mom's foot coming through the door, and okay, we'll open the door. That was kind of our reaction after that, my sisters and I. So yeah, just terrible. We stopped going to that dentist. I never got the full experience or explanation from the parents, from the parental units, as to why we were even going to that dentist in the first place. But yeah, eventually found another dentist that was much better, and that was by far. Thank you very much for that question, and this was a very lengthy story time, which I feel is the core of Far Lands or Bust. I always say it is kind of like a vlog, but in a video game. It's kind of like almost a podcast, but just a one man show here in Minecraft Beta 173, Walking to the Far Lands, and that was a very helpful, not helpful, but a very helpful question. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. A helpful question to ask to get the stories rolling. I mean, other dentist experiences I've had, I had to get the flap. I've told this story before, but I had braces, headgear. I mean, above and beyond the green teeth dentist guy sticking me in the tongue with a syringe, the whole experience of having orthodontistry, having braces, having headgear, was traumatic in and of itself, and that's just sad. That's just, well, they should have bundled in some psychiatric therapy costs with that as well, because that's not good. But for that, I also had to they recommended I get that little flap that connects the top of your gums, with the top of your lip. Apparently mine was oversized and had to be removed. So I had to get some separate oral surgery to have that removed. And that was interesting. That I was awake for, and it's just fun feeling the tugging and then seeing the dentist's and doctor's hands start to get covered in blood, which is just a delightful experience. But as far as an actual fun story to tell, it's not wanting to get fillings by the evil dentist with green teeth. I swear it was like a cartoon. It was like something out of Matilda or something, that we had to go to a dentist who himself had green teeth. Like that only happens in movies and TV shows, does it not? But that's something that happened to me, and long story short, for the remainder of my time living at home, my door had a hole in it to my bedroom. But this whole place is dark and scary. Let's go into a hidey hole for the night. You know what? It's probably gonna have to be just a surface hidey hole, I'm afraid. And yeah, let's do this. You wanna come down here too, Wolfie, or you're just gonna stay up there, have a bath? All right, we're gonna have to make this decision soon. There we go. Have a seat. We're gonna have to get you more bones in the morning. But yeah, an uneventful episode 411 of Far Lands or Bust. Oh, I meant to. Oh well, it's too late now. I meant to do the TNT thing, but it's too late. Yellow. Oh, there's a torch there. Ha 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 ha. I know how to play this game. Let's do this, because I know there's some water around. I don't want to break into the water and have a hot tub for a hidey hole. But yeah, a little bit uneventful. No golden apples. We can't have crazy awesome milestones every milestone episode. But we did have cookies. And let's finish off this stack of cookies. We're really piling on the calories today. These are gluten-free cookies. And we need to put down the workbench. Let's put that down. Let's make the beds for episode 312, or 412. Good gravy. Have I been saying that 3 the entire time? I hope not. Blub, blub, blub. Very nice. Let's make a boat or 2. Blub, blub, blub. Oh, or that. I could make the diamond boots of episode 411-ness. But I think I'll wait. We're starting to collect a lot of amazing artifacts to bring with us here to the far lands. We'll figure out something to do then, perhaps when the diamond sword of spawn pointiness breaks. Perhaps some other time. I will not be carrying these cookies along with me, so maybe we'll, well, maybe I should do that right now. Maybe we will leave some for Santa. Oh, no, I don't want to make a pressure plate. Pressure plate. Yeah, let's... Oh, I pressed F. It's gonna get foggy outside. Home row. Let's, what did I just do? I put a boat in there, didn't I? Son of a monkey. Alright, let's do that. And let's put the cookies of episode... Oh, wait, maybe I can... Yeah, I can! Ha 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 ha! Let's do this. Episode 411. Woo! Hold on, the kerning on this is annoying me. Episode 411. Cookies. Very nice. You know what? It's getting dark outside. Things are probably spawning. Let's end off episode 411 as we've ended off most every episode since episode 11 by suggesting people go to farlandsofbus.com to donate to Child's Play charity. Rack up those donations for this season, season 5. I do appreciate it. And I do appreciate everybody for following along and maintaining their interest, hopefully, in this series that's been doing what it's been doing for over 3.5 years. Thank you so much. We'll continue on Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. Ooh, it's a helicopter.